To women's lacrosse we go, and man, did things go well for Maryland in their last match. There was a 1-versus-2 matchup, and Michigan had an early lead, but the Terps came back strong and got excellent play in the net from Emily Sterling. They came back to get the win 8-6. They got another huge matchup coming this weekend, as it feels like they always have here in the Big Ten. And it's time for our big interview, which is Maryland lacrosse Emily Sterling, the goaltender who's joining us now, two-time goaltender of the year in the Big Ten. And it was such a big win last game for you against Michigan. It was a road win as well. But it was such a great comeback for your team. Down early, came back. What changed for you guys?
I think it's just about knowing that fight that's inside of us. We had kind of prepared for the game all week. We were really excited leading up to this Michigan challenge, but we kept saying it's all about Maryland, it's all about the Terps. And kind of once we got comfortable throughout that first half, we were really able to settle in the second half and just get back to our Maryland lacrosse roots and do and execute the things that we had talked about all week.
You've said in the past your head coach's pregame speeches are, quote, one of the best things ever. Why?
Absolutely. She just knows exactly what to say to fire you up. Everything's always about the Terps, and she just makes you feel the love, feel so prepared for the moment that you're about to compete in, that you're ready to run through a wall for your teammates, for every single person next to you, and you're ready to just take on the field together.
So what was her speech like in that Michigan game?
Once again, kind of just all about the Terps. Like, we've been working on the little things throughout the season, and we still, as a team, feel like we haven't put a complete game together yet. And that was kind of our goal for the Michigan game. Even though we feel like we still didn't put that complete game together, our goal was just to step out, do the things that we're good at, like individually just do like the little pieces that you are known for, and it's going to contribute to the success of the team as a whole.
Let's talk about you specifically for a little bit. You started playing in goal pretty early on in your lacrosse career, right?
Yeah, so it was just like a little all-star team that was thrown together when we were young in like a clinic league. And I was like, I'll play goalie. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And I just couldn't get out of there, much to my parents' worry and disregard. But I hopped in there and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, man, their little girl is getting fired on at all times. They have to hate it.
Yeah, they didn't love it at first, but they've learned to love it now.
All right, I've never been in that position. My guess is it's a little lonely at times all by yourself.
A little bit sometimes. Like when you're younger, you kind of like pick a couple songs to sing to yourself back there. But as you get older, you learn to love the girls that you're playing with and just being able to talk to them throughout the game and just like enjoying every single moment together.
Okay, so no more song singing? That's a thing of the past, or you still do it?
A lot more celebrating now.
What is the thing that people get wrong about being in goal? What don't they know about it?
I think about how mental the position is. I feel like you are the only person on the field that is playing in that position on your team at one time. So I really think just a lot of it is like in your head, you're just consistently thinking about the next play or what you could have done to save the shot beforehand. And like being the only person back there, you do have a lot of time to think. So just like, of course, the mental game is relevant throughout the whole field, but I think specifically as a goalie, it kind of puts a little extra burden on that side of things.
So what is your goal? What are you doing when everybody's on the other side of the field?
Honestly, my only goal when everybody's on the other side of the field is like to stay checked in, because there's nothing I can do in that moment except for cheer on my teammates. So I always remind myself, I'm like, the most important play is like right now, if like Shay or Livy or Hannah has the ball at the other end of the field, like that is the only thing that matters like in that second. So I just try to focus on like staying present, staying ready for the next play.
When was the last time you scored a goal?
Probably since I picked up a goalie stick.
So like 11, 12 years?
Probably I was like 11 or 12 years old.
Do you miss it?
I do. Sometimes I ask if I can get back out there, but it's always a hard no.
See, you're being punished for being too good at what you do. That's not fair.
Maybe one day. The alumni game will be my chance.
There you go. See, that's a perfect. And then you can prove your coach wrong. See, look what you were missing.
Exactly. You could have had this all 4 years instead.
Your sister Maddy is a redshirt sophomore on the team. Describe her game.
Feisty, tenacious, in your face. we are said to have a little bit of opposite personalities when it comes to that. Me being like a little like more quiet and reserved, and Maddy being kind of the exact opposite of that. And I think we play like kind of similar to those personality traits as well. Like Maddy as a defender is up in your face and kind of just like little bit of a bully, but like in a good way. She's always making everybody better, but she's just awesome to play with, and I love to play behind her on that defensive end.
I'm sorry, a bully, but in a good way?
Yes, a bully as in she's good for our team. I feel bad for the other teams I have to play against her.
How did she get this feisty? Where does it come from?
I think it's that little younger sister mentality.
That makes sense. What was it like, the two of you playing sports growing up?
Absolutely amazing. I can't like speak highly enough about her. I think our relationship is just fantastic, both on and off the field. And like honestly, she has to do a lot with like both of our success up on the field. We just grew up always pushing each other. We were always there to take extra shots or talk to each other when we feel like we had an off game. And so just playing at the next level together now is just like a fantastic experience that I really wouldn't change for the world. She's my younger sister and my best friend all in one.
I mean, that's lovely and very healthy. I'm also very disappointed. I was hoping for fights and tears and screaming. None of that?
Definitely some of that when we would start shooting in the backyard and then one person throws a bad pass and it's way too competitive after that. We definitely are both way too competitive for our own good.
What was her recruiting process like?
Yeah, she was highly recruited in her class. And I actually said before, like, throughout Maddy's recruiting process, I like really kind of wanted to take a backseat. I wanted her to come to Maryland 1,000%, so we had the opportunity to play with one another, but I really wanted her to have the opportunity to make the decision that was best for her. And so I kind of took a backseat. When she would ask about Maryland, I of course had like endless amounts of great things to say to her, about her or about Maryland to her, but I really wanted her to make that decision that was best for her. And when she kind of told me that it was Maryland, I was like over the top. She told me after one of our fall ball games my sophomore year, and like I started like screaming. I was so excited. I don't even think she had told the coaches yet. And the coaches were like, what? And I was like, I can't say anything. Maddy has to say it. And I was just so excited. So I'm so glad that our coaches gave us the opportunity to play with one another. And I'm sure it's great for my parents too, only having to wear one color and not have to worry about the family clashing sides out on the field.
Man, you are coming off as very responsible and thoughtful and healthy. It's very disappointing. You're setting the bar way too high, Emily.
I'm sorry.
Can you explain to everyone who may not be a diehard Maryland women's lacrosse fan, who's Gus?
If you know anything about Maryland lacrosse, you should know Gus now. So Gus Sterling is Maddy and I's puppy, who I guess he's not a puppy anymore. He's about to turn 4 in May, but we got him during COVID as a family, and we are absolutely obsessed with him. He comes out to every single one of our games. Our teammates are always asking, like, is Gus coming to this game? I'm like, of course Gus is coming. He's like a team dog, team therapy dog, just loves to walk around, get all the treats at the tailgate, but he's such a little sweetheart, and we just absolutely adore him. Now,
Is the lacrosse talent in the gene pool for the family? Do we have an Airbud situation here?
We always say, so he's a golden retriever. We always say we got the golden and not the retriever. He has zero interest in anything athletic. He'll chase a squirrel or two, but anything with the lacrosse ball, anything like super crazy, like no interest. He just wants to cuddle, some pets, run around in the yard a little bit, but that's about it.
Okay, so no scholarship opportunities for him.
Sadly, I don't think so. If he can get one for looks, he would get that.
Okay, or squirrel chasing. He's got 2 opportunities
Yes.
to get a free ride coming up. Saturday, you guys have Northwestern. That's the preseason pick to win it all. What are your initial thoughts on the matchup?
Absolutely. We love the opportunity to get to play Northwestern. They're always such a talented team. We respect them so much. It's just like another program that's always ready to challenge us, and we're always like battling head to head, especially within the Big Ten. Just a little bit more of like a pride on your shoulder when you guys go in to play this game. But we're really excited. We think it comes at a really good time of the year for us. Just as we're kind of starting to hit our stride. And like I said a little bit earlier, like it's all about Maryland. So like, yes, we get this opportunity to play another great Big Ten team. But like at the end of the day, like our goal is just to get better as a team and work on those little things that we've been harping on throughout the season.
Again, Emily continues to say the responsible grown-up things, right? I'm not looking for, give me, here's my next question. All right, let me see if I can get you to answer this. These
Okay.
are the two titan programs of the sport. No one has more national titles than Northwestern and Maryland. So when you're playing in this game, does it just feel like the boring old la-di-da, we worry about ourselves, it's another game on the schedule, or does it feel like there's some added heft to it?
There's definitely a little bit more fight to it. I mean, the history of our program is something that we definitely take into consideration, and we are so proud of wherever we walk. And I'm sure Northwestern feels the same with like their very storied history. So I think when it has the opportunity for those histories to come to a test, it's definitely, like I said, like a little bit more pride, like you're walking around with a little bit more chip on your shoulder because you feel like you have something to prove as like two of the best lacrosse programs out there.
That's a good answer. Emily, you are an absolute delight. Thank you for your time. Good luck this coming weekend, and say hi to Gus from all of us back here, okay?
Will do. Thank you.